Good evening, everyone. How are you all? Hello, Krishna, Shubhankar, Mahir. Mahir, okay. Mahi to suna tha. Hi, Hiteshi. Hello, Aryan. I'm good. How are you all? Hi, Abhishek. Arey, abhi to. Just an hour back. Bhavya, Mahi, Bhanu. Hi. Hello, Bhupinder, Purva, Ganga. How are you all? Okay, wonderful. We'll start with the session. What we're going to be doing is, hi Tanveej, Arey, welcome back. Quite a lot of you I'm welcoming back. Okay, cool. Hello Shreya, hi Tanisha. Wonderful. I'm going to be starting off with this week's Boost Your Vocabulary with 5 more words, right? And we'll see how much time allows, and then we'll probably do some idioms and menti, right? Hi Sakshi, I'm good. Good, thank you. Hello Tushar. Divyanshi, Janisha, hi. I am good, thank you, Ganga, for asking. Thank you. How are you all? I hope that for all of those who've started their crash course, I hope that that's not too much. And for all of those who are yet to, it's just a lot of hustle is awaiting. So yeah, just kind of brace yourself for it. We'll start with the first thing, right? Arohi, fir se, right? I just literally saw a couple of you about an hour back. So good that you're here. All right, let's start with the first word. Okay. I haven't started with it yet. Okay. Please just say you will be taking our CCUA session. I don't know. I swear I genuinely have no idea. It's whether it's batch 4 or any other batch, I'm really not sure of it yet. And whoever it is, I'm sure you're going to be in safe hands. And you will anyway be seeing me here twice a week. I think that's more than your VA sessions. So kind of make the best out of the situation sort of a thing we have at the moment, right? Okay, so first word is palatial. I'm going to make you watch this video. We're going to discuss what palatial is just by looking at the visuals, and then we will further discuss. Here you go. Okay, it's literally the inside the Buckingham Palace, right? And how would you describe the palace? Like, what are the words that you would use other than, of course, palatial? What are the other words that you might want to use for the Queen's Buckingham Palace? Palace-like, yes. Grand, absolutely. Luxurious, right? Royal, majestic. Magnificent, right? With a lot of panache. Ornate, yes. Grand, big, beautiful. Flamboyant. Okay. So, all right. So you are right there. You're exactly where you have to be, right? Palatial is anything that's palace-like, resembling a very regal royal place. So palatial is just like a palace. So resembling a palace in grandeur. Anything that is opulent, which means extremely rich, right? Regal, again, means the same thing. Or you can say things like luxurious, as you were saying, magnificent, royal, grandiose. Absolutely. All those words we can use for palatial. So palatial is basically a place which is like a palace. Okay. So she owns a palatial apartment in Mayfair. Mayfair is that one very, very posh locality in, and this is, of course, if you're talking about an apartment here, so we're talking about of this being full of grandiose, all right, and being absolutely opulent, rich, luxurious, big, capacious, etc. Right. So that's that. That is palatial. It's a noun. No, it's not a noun. What is it? It's not a noun, it is. What do you think is the part of speech that's incorrectly written there? What's the part of speech for this word? It's an adjective, exactly. It's an adjective because we're talking about apartment here. We're saying the apartment is a noun, is palatial, right? Also, if you think about it, the couple of things that you might see, opulent ENT, right? Other than that, you see the palatial ending with an AL. So all of these things show us that it's an adjective. We're describing the apartment. We're describing palatial Queen's Buckingham Palace, right? So we're still talking about it now, right? Okay, that was the first word. Let's head to the second word. For the second word, I want you to watch this. We will discuss once you've watched. Here you go. Okay. So what Jerry did was he paired Tom. Okay, he paired Tom. Pairing would then mean what? If he paired Tom, what does pairing mean? Or to pair would mean to divide into parts. Slice, absolutely. Cut, yes. He cut him into halves, absolutely. Cut in half. Very good. Segregated, yes. Bifurcated, okay. Unpopular opinion, I don't know how many of you are going to leave the webinar or leave the session right here if I say that I really did not like Jerry ever. Like I quite literally hated Jerry. Okay, and I always loved Tom. For some odd reason, I don't know. I have a thing against um rats, rodents in general. Right. So for that one reason, I genuinely never liked Jerry. Plus, I also felt that, Jerry provoked Tom. Tom would not do much had Jerry not provoked him as much. Is what I feel. I don't know. I know you might feel like, no, ma'am, what are you saying? ये कैसे हो सकता है, etc. That's how it is. I mean, बचपन से this was one thing. And I think I did. I'm sure I may have mentioned in one of my sessions. I'm sure I must have. He did it for survival. Jerry was provoking Tom. Like, no, Tom wouldn't do anything and Jerry would go and, fire his tail. Like, why? Why should you? That's not survival. That's just belling the cat and you'd anyway be eaten up after that. I didn't even think this was winner. है ना? Okay, I don't know. अभिषेक सिंह मैम टू opinionated. न्यूट्रल कर दो ऐसे. आज ही सीखा है न्यूट्रल करो. Okay, so yeah, that's just Jerry was smarter. Cunning. Yes. He was cunning. Right? And that would be a negative word I would like to use because I don't want to, I don't want to give the credit to Jerry. And I'm sure like Tom was cuter for sure. Tom was much, much cuter. Okay, chalo. So pair, like you're saying, is cutting, trimming. This is other word that you guys have used, which is slicing. Truncate was also another word that you may have done. Where's this going? I'm not continuing because I know that there'll be a debate on it, and I know that a lot of people might feel that, but okay. Truncate is to trim to cut. Remember, I think we must have done this in one of the sessions before. If not, then this is a new word for you. To truncate is also to cut in half. All right. To trim. How do you remember this? Mnemonic aid for this would be, if you know what a paring knife is. Paring knife is basically that one very kind of like a small knife. It's thinner and it's basically used to cut fruit. Okay, whether it's an apple or guava or I don't know, like the fruits you cut. That is a paring knife. Okay, so pair ko aap aise yaad rakh sakte. The paring knife basically cuts fruit. So then pairing would be to cut, to trim, to truncate. Can we use the word decorticate? हाँ ठीक है. Right. Can we use this term for cutting off with relationships? Not necessarily. Like this is one of the things that we would say would either mean reduce, okay, or cut off physically. So you can say that you might want to use it in reduction terms. So they pared down the prices, let's say. So they reduced the prices. That's one of the ways that you can use this, right? And the other would be physically cutting off something like relation, unless you've cut your ex in two pieces, then you'd use it, okay, that you paired your ex. But I hope not. And so no. That answers your question. Okay, so to reduce is one of the other words, okay? To cut down in terms of reduction is also another. So he pared down his demands. That means he cut down his demands. All right. He pared off the skin of the fruit. That means he peeled it off. He cut them off. All right. He pared the apple. Yes. Yeah, it's a very Jogobra thing, right? I agree. If only we were also as good looking as Joe Goldberg. But no, no. Don't even try. So yeah, that's that. That's pairing. All right. I hope that that's clear. It's a verb either ways. It's because it's to reduce, to trim, to truncate. Other than that, it's obviously he did this action of removing the skin, a reaction of reducing his demands, cutting down his demands, etc. That is verb. That's a second word. चलो अब चलते हैं third word पे. Third word के लिए the word is lumber. So again, I want you to watch this video. We're going to discuss what lumber means after this. Okay, here you go. Okay, how would you describe this woman? I mean, Bichara Mr. Bean, pity him, but how would you describe this woman? How is she walking down? Hi, Abhay. Also, for a lot of you might now think the people who I had a class with earlier this evening, you'd think I'm also obsessed with Mr. Bean. Just like you say that I'm obsessed with Friends. But Mr. Bean wala is not true, okay? Friends wala was. Slow, yeah, laggard, gradually, doing it very slowly. Okay. Right. Okay. So when we talk about lumber, then in that sense, we are basically uh, telling somebody who is walking heavily or clumsily, slowly, right? That is what, or dilly-dallying while they're walking, that's lumbering. Mnemonic aid may, you can think of, again, it's a ridiculous mnemonic aid, but it will surely help. Lumber sounds like lamba, and lamba is khali. Now imagine how Khali walks, okay? He walks heavily. Obviously, he can't run because of his size, right? So walks slowly and sluggishly. Then in that sense, or doing it dheere dheere types. That's lumbering. So it's necessarily and basically have to do with walking more than anything else. So to move heavily or to walk in a very heavy and clumsy manner is lumbering. So we saw a herd of elephants lumbering across the field. Now again, elephants are heavy animals, right? So they're supposed to lumber because they can't move really fast, they can't run. So anything that is heavy or tall or in general is not capable of moving fast would basically be moving in a clumsy and heavy manner. Verb hai ye because it's to move in a heavy manner. And we saw a herd of elephants doing this action of lumbering. So that's that. That's our was it our third word, I think, right? Slumber se bhi yaad rakh sakte hai. Yes, agar aap slumber mein walk kar rahe ho, to I'm sure you would not do it nicely and sophisticatedly and gracefully. So yeah, clearly, yeah, that can also be one thing. So lumber every morning after getting up. High five on that, Abhay. For sure. Yes, I think that's one of the most relatable sentences there. Unless I get my, until I get my coffee or my tea, I practically lumber, yes, that's true. And there are times when I'm in half isme or I don't even talk to people. Like, don't talk to me jab tak mujhe meri tea ya coffee nahi milti. Be very mean, okay, in the morning. Okay. Next पे चलते हैं. Undertaker broke Kali's leg, that's why he can't walk fast. Well, that's a trivia I did not know. Okay. And I did not know that he really cannot walk fast. I mean, I'm assuming he's really tall. I'm sure he can't walk. I'm lumbering in search of water. That's at night. That's at 3 at night, especially when it's cold. Colder days में रात में ज़्यादा thirst होती है for sure पानी की. Okay. Next पे चलते हैं. The word is canard. I wanted to watch this video. It was a ridiculous video. We'll watch and then we'll discuss, okay?
President Trump believes climate change is a hoax. We know this because he has said it over and over again.
So Obama's talking about all of this with the global warming and that, and a lot of it's a hoax. It's a hoax. I mean, it's a money-making industry, okay? It's a hoax.
So, okay, what do you think? Hoax, canard, a rumor, right? So when you say hoax, hoax basically is something that's not true, correct? And here, this man with a golden toupee says that climate change is a hoax, which means that he thinks that it's a story. It's a made up fact, a made up story, actually, not even a fact. It's something that's not true, not evidentially backed up. Okay, so a fallacy, yeah, for sure. So then you can think of canard as something that can be heard but not proved. So rumors सुनने में बहुत आते हैं, but उसको prove नहीं कर पाते आप, right? So that's a canard. Okay. It doesn't exist in reality. So canard, something that can be heard because you hear a lot of rumor, but you can't prove it because it's not provable. Obviously, it doesn't even exist. So a rumor or a hoax, right? That is canard. So the newspaper sued for publishing a canard about the celebrity. That means was sued because he was publishing something that was not true about the celebrity. A fallacy is like a statement that's very strongly believed, but it's not true. So yeah, you can think of that. You can probably use it interchangeably here as well. Bamboozle karna, to bamboozle is a different thing. Like that's other thing. So something that doesn't exist in reality. Hi Yogesh. The false story, correct. It's a noun. It's a noun because you see, meaning wise, you have specious would be an adjective. A story that's specious is a noun, is a canard. Yes. Okay. So a rumor, a hoax, a fallacy. So that's that. The newspaper sued for publishing something, publishing a thing. It's a noun. That was our fourth word. Heading to the last word for the next one. Ostensible. Okay, yeah, something that is apparent, but you can't prove. So, yeah, correct. Again, an adjective. Contumacious is the last word. Okay, we'll watch the video first and then we'll discuss it.
ने मुझे बिना बताए तूने शादी की और अब तलाक कर रहा है तू?
Excuse me. आप अदालत की कार्रवाई में रुकावट डाल रही हैं।
और तू चुप कर। तेरे जैसे काले कौवे मैंने बाजरे के खेत में बहुत उड़ाए, मार मार के कोई तलाक नहीं होगा।
ये क्या हो रहा है मेरी अदालत में? लेकिन माँ, जज साहब अपना डिसीजन सुना चुके हैं।
ओए, जज का डिसीजन कुछ नहीं होता, माँ का डिसीजन बड़ा होता है। ओ ये, oh what?
Okay. So do you see how what she's doing? मतलब मजाक ही बना दिया कोर्ट का तो क्या ही, right? So this is contumacious. Like if I were to put it in words, this is basically contumacious. That you're not following law for sure. You're disobeying law, disrespecting law, and to an extent as this, right? So I don't know, lawyer को काला कौवा बुला रहे for law, like कह रहे what is wrong? But that's what it is, okay? So that is contumacious. Contumacious then in that sense would be somebody who refuses to obey the law and shows contempt against the law. Okay, specifically if you have heard of contempt of court, have you heard of that? I don't know, what do you say in Hindi? I'm forgetting the word, but contempt of court is a common phrase. I'm sure you must have heard of it, right? Insulting the law. Yes, the lady is histrionic. We wouldn't want to say it, but yeah, that's true. Law students be like, ये क्या मजाक हो रहा है? ये तो हम लेमैन भी बोलेंगे, लॉ स्टूडेंट्स तो बेचारे अभी हार्ट अटैक से मर जाएंगे कि बस यही होना बाकी रह गया था जिंदगी में. But yeah, contempt of court. So court में contumacious होना या court में contemptuous होना is when you're refusing to obey the law. So if let's say you are, repeatedly breaking laws, breaking rules, maybe traffic rules break कर रहे हो, जबरदस्ती speed limit से आगे जा रहे हो, not recalcitrant हो, exactly. So that is contumacious. So his refusal to pay the penalties was contumacious. Now see that it is genuinely and specifically about rules and laws, right? Contumacious could possibly not be used when you are being disobedient to your parents as such, but law ke liye we use contumacious. Parents se agar aap वैसे हो रहे हो disrespectful, so we will use recalcitrant. Shows contempt. So contempt towards law. Okay, like when you're showing contempt towards law, contempt would mean disrespect. Okay, so the kind of behavior that shows disrespect towards court and law, that is contumacious. Transgression, transgressive, yes, adjective. So here we're talking about penalties not being paid, so it's contumacious. You're refusing to obey the law. It's OUS at the end, right? Also, you are talking about his refusal, so his refusal is a noun, it's an adjective. नींद नहीं है, नींद नहीं है, what? अभिषेक, बेटा क्या हुआ, नींद नहीं है आपको? Oh God, Apurva has written something interesting. न्यायालय की अवमानना. Okay, yeah, that's Kannada. Why are you doing this? Adalat. What is Adalat? Okay. Yeah, okay, got it, got it. अच्छा, named नहीं है. Oh, okay, sorry, my bad. I thought that that's something about नींद नहीं है. I don't know. Sorry. Yeah, I got it. ठीक है, perfect. Let's head to the menti part of the day. Okay, क्योंकि इस पे अगर ज्यादा चिट चैट करेंगे तो मेरी काफी मौकरी हो जाएगी. Right, so I don't want to do that. I'm going to present the screen. Now, this is an interesting menti, honestly. It's going to be interesting because idioms करते हैं. आज मैं one word substitution करना चाहती थी. Do you want to do? ऐसा let's get it. We will be able to manage idioms as well. हो जाएंगे idioms. 10-5 तो हो जाएंगे. Hold on. So idioms जो आज हम करने वाले हैं will be related to blood. Okay. Idioms करते हैं पहले. 5 idioms. So they are related to blood. Okay. And what I need you to also see is अभी बताती हूँ topic. Let's talk about that. So 5 idioms on blood. Okay. First question, blue blood. Now for blue blood, I want you to look at, the meaning is basically someone who is born in a very, very nice family, or a family which has a huge standing in the society, or a status which is really high. That is blue blood. So if I don't know, even let's say Saif Ali Khan has blue blood, all right, his son has blue blood. Kareena Kapoor in general also had blue blood. So, born with a silver spoon in the mouth means born with advantages. Doesn't necessarily have to be of a high class. Doesn't have to be of the higher edge of the society. Okay, but silver spoon could be you and I also. You and I in the sense that, okay, we have our privileges, we have money, okay, or we have a right to education or whatever. So that is born with a silver spoon. Blue blood would mean that your family has a very, very high standing. Okay, like top ke people mein naam aata hai, like Ambanis and Singhanias and Modis, etc. So that's blue blood. So that's the difference between the two. Okay. Bridget has blue blood, meaning she was probably born in a family which has a really high standing. हाँ, तैमूर के पास कुछ अलग टाइप का blue blood है, royal blue blood है. हाँ जी. Born in the purple is exactly what it is. Yes, good. So born in the purple and blue blood are the same things. Born in the purple and blue blood have the same meaning. Okay. Next question. So what's next is curdle someone's blood. Now, curdle someone's blood basically is make somebody very fearful. Okay. Bring a chill down somebody's spine. That is curdling somebody's blood, right? So if I warm blood extremely angry, hot blood also is considered extremely angry. So curdling someone's blood would mean to fear, to kind of make them fearful about something. The strange sound made his blood curdle. Now that means the strange sound made him fearful, made him nervous, was not sure of what was happening with him. So that is curdling someone's blood, or blood curdling in that sense. Curdle basically means like ubalna, like when you make curd Okay, let's take an example. Make someone's blood run cold. That's also the same thing. That's pretty much the same thing. Yes. When you say curdling is like boil hona sort of thing. Yeah. Lumps create ho jana sort of a thing. जो हम curd में देखते हैं ना, you see curd is not fully liquid. It has lumps. So we try breaking the lumps. That's the lumpy part is called curdling. Remember this through curd. Next पे चलते हैं. Someone's blood is up. Now, very similar to, like a clot. Yes, that's wording. So you were just talking about making somebody angry, right? Anish, this is what it is. You can use this idiom. Someone's blood is up. If somebody's blood is up, that means that person's really angry at the moment. So watch out for Brooke. His blood is up. That means he's extremely angry. Be careful. Stay away. Steer away from that person. That person's blood is up. He's very angry. That's a third word, right? So abhi tak humne curdle somebody's blood kiya, blue blood kiya, and someone's blood is up is one other. Bad blood is when you're not in good relations or has enmity or something like that. The fourth one is too rich for someone's blood. Too rich for someone's blood is, exactly, Mahi. Yes, blood pressure is up, so they're angry. Yeah. So too rich for someone's blood is something that is extremely expensive for somebody's preference, somebody's taste, somebody's financial status. That is too rich for someone's blood. So if I say, that eating at a 5-star hotel is too rich for my blood, that means it's something I can't afford, or it's just too sophisticated for my preference, or it's something that I wouldn't like. That's too rich for my blood. So the new phone is too rich for my blood. iPhone's too rich for most people's blood, right? That is what it is. This is something that is not what you'd like or what you can afford or you prefer. All right. Last idiom. Oops, यही थे 1 2 3 4 5. Oh, you've done 5 idioms. Okay, perfect. Let's now finally go to Menti. Finally take you to the Menti part of the day. Okay. What can you expect out of this Menti? I'll just let you know. What you have to look at is the code, which is 8865-2007. That's your code for the day. Join kar lo sab log jaldi jaldi. Okay, what can you expect from today's Menti is, it's a one-word substitution. There's 6 questions on one-word substitutions, but they're not very usual ones. Like, these are the ones that can cause some sort of confusion in general. So I will like to discuss the confusing one-word substitutions more, because others you can still manage. I'm going to wait for a couple of you to join in. I'm hoping that a lot of you other people would join, so I'm going to wait for 2 more minutes. You'll have not much time, by the way. You'll have only 10 seconds to solve most of the questions, I think, except the last 2, which are 15 seconds long. First 4 will be 10 seconds. So you'll have to quickly answer and read quickly, right? Okay. Chalo, start kare kya? Topic of Menti, Akshat, like I said, one-word substitutions. Okay. Kind of excited for this, I am. Here you go. First question on your screens, everyone. Got your zodiac as your emoticon. Okay, I'm looking at it. I can see 2-3 zodiac emoticons. Pronunciation also. Oh yeah, it's been a while. I haven't done that. Yes, I'll probably pick that up next time. Yes, thank you for reminding. Friday ko karenge. Okay, first question. One who loves reading books. That's your question. You have to look for the one-word substitution for this. Is it bibliophile, bibliophagist, or bibliophobic? Okay. So this is exactly why I want to do this, because there is not much awareness in terms of what's the difference between bibliophile and bibliophagist. Biblio, ये मेरी FB bio थी. Okay, now we'll decide whether you're a bibliophile or a bibliophagist now. Okay. Yeah, exactly, Arohi. Bibliophile is a person who likes collecting books because that looks nice. Okay, it has a nice collection because it has this whole aesthetic feel to it. कि अच्छा सुंदर लगती हैं, or I should have lots of books on my racks, all right, or I should have a library. That is bibliophile. When you're fond of books, but just to the extent of collecting them. Bibliophagist, however, is the one who reads books. So we can kind of say that bibliophiles are a little pretentious. Bibliophagists are the real deal because they actually read books. So loves reading books is phagist, loves collecting books is bibliophile. And that is clear, okay? I wanted to break that bubble, burst that bubble for you guys, if at all. So now Momo is on top. Wolfmeister, okay, it hasn't changed his name. Sam Mars and Honey Singh. Oh God, wonderful. Bahut badhiya. This is interesting. I still want to know which one are you, Arohi? I still want to know that. I think it's in Momo. Okay. Going to the second question now. Okay. Okay, I thought so. Perfect. Second question on your screens. The act of leaving one's own country. Act of leaving one's own country, right? Immigration, emigration, migration. Correct. So immigration is when you're entering somebody else's country. Emigration is when you're exiting yours. Okay? Immigration, जब आप उस country में घुसते हो तो वो immigration होता है, जब आप अपने country से निकल रहे हो तो वो emigration होता है. Migration is just like moving from one place to the other. It doesn't have to be your native country. It doesn't have to be, a foreign country. Just like moving from one place to the other is migration. Ma'am, they marked wrong for right answer in the first question, I think. Nahi bache, Ganga. I know you might feel like that, but bibliophagists are the people who read books. Bibliophiles are people who collect books. The question was reading books. Okay. All right. So emigration is the answer for this. Exiting your own country is emigration. Entering somebody else's country is immigration. Migration is just like moving around here and there is migration. Okay. Momo is still on top, Arohi. Congratulations, Wolfmeister. Who is Wolfmeister? Then there's Sam, Finky, Apurva. Acha, you marked bibliophile only, but that's incorrect. वो आंसर गलत है. Apurva, Agrim, Kuki, Ishan, Sakshi, Abhay. Okay. Third question on your screens. Akshats on the 11th day. So place where bees are kept. Okay. Apiary hive. Good. Apiary it is. Bibliophile में read भी आएगा नहीं. Bibliophile वाले लोग शायद सिर्फ रैक पे संभाल के रखते हैं कि यार सुंदर लग रही है जगह, aesthetic feels के लिए. That is bibliophile. Bibliophagists read books. Okay, I was in confidence like that. Okay, so apiary is where you keep bees, all right. A hive is where bees are in general. It's not like you have to keep bees in hives. Breeding के लिए apiary में रखा जाता है. So that's your answer. Aviary is where you have birds. Okay, right. I wonder. I'm interested in knowing how people thought hive is the answer and how people thought that can be so easy for you guys. But Momo is still on top, I guess. And then you have Sam, Finky, Ishan, Kritika, Pri, T-Rex फिर से आ गया है, Abhay, Anirudh and Wolfmeister. Next question. Question number 4. A place where dead people are buried. Okay. Cemetery, crematorium, morgue. Good. So burying happens in cemeteries, okay, or graveyards, right? Crematoriums are where people are cremated. And when you say cremated, you mean burned. Morgue is when people are kept for the purpose of identification, or for, not letting, so that the dead body doesn't um, decay. So morgue is the place where you keep for identification in general. Okay, and so symmetry is the answer to this. This one's easy. 14 of you answered this incorrectly. Let's look at the leaderboard. Momo is good. Yes, she is. So Momo is still on top. Yep. Then there's Sam, Ishan, Sinki, Kritika, Priya, Abhay, AK, Anirudh and Gauri. 8th place pe ho aap. Okay, Akshat, is that you? All right, okay, perfect. Right, let's go to the next question, 5th one. A person is fond of fine food and drinks. Connoisseur, Philistine, gourmet. Oops. That's not right. That's not right. Hold on, wait, no. We'll not take this. The answer is gourmet, all right? The answer is gourmet. This doesn't work. Hold on, wait. No. Unfair. Hold. Wait. No, sorry. The answer is right, and I will give you marks for it. Hold on. I am resharing the screen for people. Okay, yeah, now it is okay. ठीक है. You will get your marks, don't worry. So gourmet is the answer. Okay, so a person is fond of food and drinks is gourmet. Connoisseur is a person who is just like fond of art in general, not food, not drinks, but art, culture and art. That's connoisseurs. Philistine are people who don't care about art, culture, anybody's culture for that matter. That those are people who are Philistines. Philistines are anari in that sense. Okay. देयर अनारियों को कुछ नहीं पता, उनको ज्यादा कुछ कल्चर आर्ट के बारे में नहीं नॉलेज होते. दोज आर फिलिस्टीन्स. Connoisseurs are art and culture के critics या people who enjoy art and culture a lot. Gourmet are people who enjoy food a lot. Now Momo, you answered this incorrectly. Oh, so much for consistency, yaar. Chalo. So we have on top now, we have Sam, then you have Ishan, Kritika, Thinky, Momo, Akshat, Anirudh, Gauri, Yash, Neeman. Okay. Last question. Okay. This one's an easy one. That shouldn't be a problem. Crying noises. I'm sorry. Person who is not sure of the existence of God. Atheist, heretic, or agnostic? Okay, so atheists are people who don't believe in God at all. Okay, they do not believe in God. So they're like, exist ही नहीं करते भगवान जी, ऐसा कुछ होता ही नहीं. Agnostic people are like skeptical. They're not sure. They're like, you give me evidence, I will believe you. You give me logic, I will believe you. You give me, आप मुझे कुछ एक sign दिखाओ, कुछ दिखाओ, and I will believe that there is God. But जब तक वो नहीं हो रहा है, still be skeptical. I will not believe you. So that these people are not about believing in God as such, but they just don't believe in the idea. They're not sure. They're uncertain. हो भी सकते हैं, नहीं भी हो सकते हैं. So it doesn't really bother them. That's agnostic. Okay, my touchpad stopped responding mid with this not fair. I answered in 4 seconds. Akshat, this I can't help. I'm sorry. Understood that after marking the answer. See, so atheists are people who don't believe in God at all. Agnostic people believe, they're skeptical, they're not sure. Heretic people are people who do things against religion. Okay, who do some sort of acts against religion. Okay, those are heretics. Um, somewhat like Gaddar to religion. That's what you can think of. All right. Okay. With that, we will probably come to the end of Menti, who is on talk now, because this was a tricky one. I will give it to you. This whole Menti thing was a tricky one. Was an easy one for sure. Ishan, yay! Ishan's won it. Congratulations. Then there's Kritika, then there's Arohi, Akshat, Sam, Pinky, Neeman, Yash, Shreya, and both Meister. One more question. Let's hope my touchpad will work. Where is one more question? There were 6 of them. You are on the 4th position, so you'll be happy about that. No, there were 7, right? Okay, I hope that was fun, and I hope that you learned something new, because I think one-word substitution is something that we see very often in exams. All right, and these are ones where confusion creates. So I hope that helped, and please make sure that you've subscribed to the channel if you're not done it already. Share it with people, like the channel, like the video, and all of that. Take care of yourselves. Have a very good night. Bye-bye. Bye.